What's up? HonorHammer26 here to give you my 12th Q&A. If you'd like to send me a Q&A question, please do not hesitate to do so. Go on my inbox, send me a personal message, many questions you want, pro wrestling, sports. You guys always do a good job with that. Two things, though, before I start the Q&A. First thing, I am now on Twitter. Yay! If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's going to be in the description box. It'll probably be that way, I think, is the description box, whatever way it is, whatever. Second thing is I will be reviewing a preview of Wrestlemania. I already have a vote from Sanders Robin, so I have every single one. I don't need to show all 25 of them on camera. So, anyway, just vote in the comment section which one you want me to review. There's a personal favorite of yours, 1917. Those are my two favorites, but if you want to just do a random one, I'd be more than happy to do it. But please, I'll do it, but not to 9, 11, or 15 for obvious reasons. But anyway. Alright, let's get down to the Q&A. First question from Mr. Wrestling Inc. Who would you prefer to get a TV deal, PWG or Chikara? This is no doubt Chikara. I think PWG is too much like ROH. If it were on TV, I mean, you want kind of an alternate thing, and Chikara is also a PWG, is also a PG product. So I guess some of the WWE PG haters can go away when you see that a PG product like Chikara can still work. It has some of the best storylines in wrestling, if not the best storylines in wrestling. It's probably one of the best booked products in the world. And I mean, the whole BDK thing, I think would get mad over with the fans if they just saw it on Chikara. I don't know how they'd work the TV tapings like with Chikara. I think they might do the same thing with Ring of Honor, but I don't know how the small rings like in Easton or where were they last night? They were in Schuylkill County or Pottsville or wherever they were last night. Sometime in rural, I think in urban Pennsylvania or rural Pennsylvania, but. I just don't know how that would come across. I know the Philly ECW Arena crowds would be great. I know the ones in what's another big town they go to? Easton probably. Easton might be okay. Even they're probably Easton fans are good, but the arena might not be. But the crowds in the Northeast are usually good. So, well, and then Ring of Honor only tapes in one place too. So that might be a bad thing. Again, Mr. Wrestling Inc. What's your favorite Royal Rumble match? 2007 has always stood out to him personally. Mine is no doubt 1992. Just when Flair came in, just the Royal Rumble just got better and better and better. And plus maybe it was because they want to make it better because it was for the title. Maybe if they did that today in modern day, but the whole thing is that they will be challenging at WrestleMania, so I guess they couldn't do that. But I still think that 1992 is by far the best one, and it probably has the best promo wrestling history on it. I mean, it's one of the rare wrestling VHSs that I do have because I'm more of a DVD collector, but. Royal Rumble 92 is one of the rare VHS I do have and own and actually take very good care of, and even though it didn't come in that good of care. But also, 2004 is a very good one. 2007 is a good one. What's an underrated one? 2001 is very good as well. 98 I really like as well. So, but 92 is way ahead. Blows the other ones out of the water when it comes to Royal Rumble matches in my mind. Alright, first, the only question from Y2J fan RJ. How different do you think WWE would be like today had Stone Cold Steve Austin never walked out on the company back in 2002? I think it might be a little different. Maybe one less push for John Cena here and there. Maybe one less push for Batista. Maybe Edge. But honestly, I think Steve Austin would be kind of out of the main event by now, a little past his prime by now. Even though he'd still be a huge draw, I think we might have had Cena and Austin at Mania by now. We would have had Austin maybe put over Cena fully. Maybe we would have had all the Cena haters back in 2006, 2007. But I think it might be a little bit better standards right now. But I don't think it'd be too different. I think he probably would be I think he might be on SmackDown right now. Well, he probably would be on Raw because it's her flagship show. But he'd probably be on Raw, same view as what Shawn Michaels is doing outside the Undertaker thing, what he was doing for years, and what Triple H is doing. I still think that he could have had some great feuds putting over talent, like him versus Drew McIntyre. I thought maybe could have been good. Maybe I personally like to see him and Danielson or Daniel Bryan. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I don't know, but that would probably be too good of a match. But I mean, it might be great. But who knows? I mean, that's something I always wanted to see. A little dream match of mine, but it's never gonna happen. First from Badger Lord 31. Hopefully, I didn't talk too softly in that little thing. But oh well. First from Badger Lord 31. Do you like BB Hulk as the Dragon Gate USA champion? Not at all, really. He's not one of the bigger draws in your company. I know you're trying to elevate talent, but just BB Hulk, I don't think is all that great of an in-ring wrestler. I mean, he's good, but he's not great. There's so many other guys you could have chosen. I mean, I know I said Davey Richards, but then he signed with ROH. If you're thought like something that was coming, he should have made it Yamato or Shima. I mean, or Doi. Those are 3 good choices over BB Hulk. I mean, Shingo, Masato Yoshino, Dragon Kid. I mean, there's plenty of guys in your roster that can put on great matches consistently. BB Hulk really isn't one of them. I mean, you want to see your prestigious first champion. When people look back at Ring of Honor's history, you did this great. Low-key is a guy who put on great matches with anybody in the company. You usually carried the company on his back in 2002. BB Hulk, I can't see doing that at all. Not at all. Alright, first from the Rampage 007. Name your 3 favorite heels and faces from any WWF, WWE era. Alright, heels. Gotta be Punk from this past summer. That just was amazing. Gotta be Jericho when he started to turn on Michaels last year and one from the past. I know it's kind of crapped on, but Austin around the Invasion line, just loved him. That term was just out of nowhere. He just did a good job with it. I know he's a ton better as a face, but I just love that Austin thing. I also really liked The Undertaker as a part of the corporate ministry, or I think it was part of the corporate ministry. I really liked that as well. Watching that, looking back on that. All right, faces. I gotta say Austin just as a regular face. HBK around WrestleMania 12. That stuff is absolutely amazing because just how awesome over he was in the crowd. That was just some of the great stuff, like the Boyhood Dream DVD or the Powerback and Triumph. Both of them showed that very well. I love that. And the current face that I really like has to be there's no one really current that I'm really into that's a face. Hopefully Daniel Bryan becomes that guy, but I guess I don't know. Maybe Benoit around WrestleMania 20. That's probably it. Yeah. All right. Again from Rampage 007. When you were younger, which wrestler were you scared of? I gotta give this to The Undertaker. I wasn't really scared of him, but I was scared of some of the stuff that he could do, like the whole Undertaker gimmick from the past. Because at the time I got into wrestling, he was in the American Badass gimmick. So when I looked back on it and I saw some of his stuff from earlier, that stuff was just kind of scary to me. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was scary cool, but it was still like, ugh. So there's that. The only question from Mega Dark Angel 13. I was watching WrestleMania 25 last night and realized something very sad but true, and that was that WrestleMania alone gets more pay-per-view buys than every TNA pay-per-view in 5 years. I did the math. So what's your opinion on this fact? That TNA doesn't do a good job advertising their pay-per-views. I mean, they have a national TV deal. They should get more views than they do. Maybe if they put some effort in their pay-per-views more often, like they, from basically Bound for Glory 2007 to Turning Point 2009, they didn't have a pay-per-view over an 8 in my opinion. Maybe ones that were close, but none that got to the 8 mark are over. Okay, so maybe if they put a little effort into their pay-per-views, they could maybe get a little more buys, because they only get bigger as time goes along on television, but people will discover them. So I think that at the very least they should be getting 30,000 buys every pay-per-view, maybe even 40,000 buys. I know they're getting around 25, and this Destination X pay-per-view is not looking very good. And I'll get into that in my TNA rant, which should be coming up in the next week. But and they're already doing Lockdown, so I think the TNA needs to just advertise their pay-per-views a little better. And also, WWE is WWE, and WrestleMania is going to sell because it's just the name WrestleMania, the only pay-per-view really in the world that can do that. So there's that. Sabu TNA Forever's question is, in your mind, what is the greatest WrestleMania match of all time? That's a kind of a hard question because there's been a lot of good stuff. You could go with Hart and Austin from 13. Maybe Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels from 10. Maybe Undertaker, Shawn Michaels from 25. I think the Iron Man is overrated, so I'm not going to say that. Probably one of those 3 matches. Or TLC 2. That could definitely be up there as well. But I probably got to say Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. That has sentimental value to me. So Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. Even though that was more recently, I got to say that. Or Hart and Austin will be a close second. Alright, and the final question of this video will be from Y2AFW. Are you for a playoff system in college football? And if so, how many would you have in it? I think 16 teams work great, if not 8. I just think that the 6 automatic conference bids should or the 10, or there should be 6 in the big conferences, 1 for the Mountain West to make it 7, and the 9 best teams that aren't in those conferences. And it's always going to be, I mean, it'll be possible with Cinderella, maybe a whole bracket thing, which is coming up in college basketball, could work in football, you never know. Alright, that's my last question. USA's playing Canada in a couple minutes, I'm going to go watch it. I'll see you guys later.